King Charles is to be really commended for revealing the detection of cancer during his recent operation. This was to encourage everyone to regularly seek medical checkups. As Professor Angus Dalgleish from London's St George's Hospital says, cancer is a word, not a sentence. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition were united in saying that all Australians will be sending their very best wishes to the King for a speedy recovery. While King Charles is only 17 months into his reign, the news encouraged some observers to rush into questions about the succession. Now, not only the UK and Australia, but also Canada, New Zealand, and all the other realms, and there are 15 altogether, share the King as their monarch. They've all agreed on a succession law, the effect of which is that Charles will be succeeded by Prince William, then his son Prince George, then Princess Charlotte, and then Prince Louis. In the unlikely event that the King could not continue to play his constitutional role for a period, Prince William would become the regent. It's all very clear and very simple, but of course, let's hope that none of this will apply. Let's hope that this is that the King is able to come to Australia with Queen Camilla in October. There are a number of events to which he will attend. This will be the 200th anniversary of the first parliamentary chamber in this country, the New South Wales Legislative Council, and perhaps he will be able to accept Peter V'land's invitation to go to the King Charles Stakes at Royal Randwick on the 13th of October. All of this would be on his way to Samoa for the meeting of the Commonwealth Heads of Government, and there'll be 53 of them, and they're meeting in Apia. And since Anthony Albanese has accepted that with the spectacular loss of the voice referendum, he's not going to be putting a republic referendum, a second republic referendum. It's all gone on to the never, never. Provided the no case was run as well as in 1999 by Australians for Constitutional Monarchy, it's hardly likely that a second referendum would succeed, particularly because at that time, ACM, notwithstanding the opposition of almost all of the media and most of the politicians, ACM had a platoon, or rather a brigade of 60,000 loyal, hard-working supporters of the constitutional monarchy. And that really was probably what very much assisted in that victory then. A second referendum never had much hope of getting up. For a quarter of a century, the Republicans were talking about their fake republic, which was always in a coma. Now it's dead and buried. The royal visit, or as the Canadians call it, the Royal House homecoming, is surely time for the Prime Minister to get rid of that useless, wasteful and infantile and indeed unconstitutional position, the Assistant Minister of the Republic. This is an expensive operation. Pouring money down the drain into this position makes the government look infantile. They're not going to have a republic. Why have they got a minister for the republic? In the first episode of this program for 2024, I suggested that there were two crucial things for Australia in this year. The first is not to move on and forget the people's enormous triumph, their victory in the voice referendum. Instead, this should be used in a campaign to make politicians truly accountable to the people. After all, the politicians are the public servants. They're your servants, but you'd think from how they go on that they're really your masters. It's time for the people to control the politicians and make them truly accountable, as they are in Switzerland. In Switzerland, which has nothing like Australia's natural wealth, The country has a per capita GDP, gross domestic product, which is about 50% higher than Australia's. I believe that's because the Swiss have their politicians under control and they're not being run by career politicians as Australia is. This is an important thing. You can read more about this, and there's a petition to read about this, on the site change.org, and then it's / take back your country. You'll find a recent article there in the update. There's an update section on the petition, and the article is something I wrote recently for Spectator about this, including a specific proposal which could be made to change our constitution to allow Australians to do what the Swiss do. That is, to be able to have citizen-initiated referendums.